Hey, what's up everyone? This video looking at the Monday slate. We have 6 games tonight. So let's get right into it. Drop a like and subscribe down below. Let's try to get over 150 likes on the video. Appreciate it. You guys been killing it with that, and it really means a lot. So starting off here at point guard, we have a couple of injuries already. With Trae Young is out. Irving is still out. So we have Damian Lillard at 8,500. Really nice price tag for Lillard here in this matchup against the Suns. This is definitely the best games kind of stack out of the 6 games, I would say. And it's also the late night hammers. That makes it pretty nice. So definitely interested at just $8,500 for Damian Lillard. He's been playing great. I also think you can play like Dinwiddie's price tag went down to 77. The last couple games, he just hasn't been able to make any of his shots. 0 of 7 from distance, 3 of 9. Hasn't really made a lot of his free throws either, so he's still struggling a little bit, but I think the price tag is so nice on him still. Just keeps going down to 7,700. Definitely cannot pay off this salary. And Devin Booker is still at a good price point here, 7,500. Back to what we know, what we expect out of him all year, last couple of games. He's been taking a ton of shots, 23 and 24, and he's just been really involved. So, like I said, this is my favorite game to stack on the slate, so I definitely have interest in Booker. And I think McCollum's fine. I like Derrick Rose a lot here, 6,300. Rose is leading the team in fantasy points per minute if you take out Blake Griffin, who's doubtful, take out Morris, take out everybody that's injured. He's averaging 1.5 Draftkings points per minute, so I think he's a great play here, 6,300 against Utah. It's a tough matchup, but they're missing so many guys. They're missing Kennard too, so it's going to be Derrick Rose going to have a lot of usage, and he's going to have a lot of opportunity. Even though he doesn't play like over 30 minutes very often, he's still been a great point per minute guy. And without Griffin, who's been awful and just continues to shoot, Derrick Rose, I think, is going to have a nice game here at 6,300. Shooting guard, I think Bradley Beal, if he plays, be a really nice play. Price tag is down on him to 9,200. We're still waiting on that news. We're still waiting on the Giannis news too. I think Butler's a fine play at 7,800. Wiggins is questionable with an illness. See if he can give it a go. Joe Ingles been killing it I've been playing with him a lot, and he's been super solid. Don't mind going back to him. He's been just on fire from 3. And then for value here at shooting guard, I think maybe you could look at Shabazz Napier if you want. If Cat's out or if Wiggins is out again. That's pretty much it. I think I'm feeling this game here, this last game, and I like Devin Booker 7,500. Price tag went down a little bit from his last game. He's just gonna play a lot of minutes here. Still no DeAndre Ayton in this game, so he's gonna continue to have a ton of usage on offense. The number one option is score the basketball, and this game should be close. And he plays a ton of minutes here. And their defense is garbage. The Blazers really don't play no defense. The Suns' defense also been struggling, so expecting a pretty high-scoring, close game here, which would be great for fantasy. Small forward, we'll see if Giannis can play. They also said Bledsoe is probable, so there's that. If Giannis is out, then Bledsoe and Middleton will become great plays. But I expect Giannis to be back here. Even if he is in, I don't know if you need to play him here. Price tag is really appealing on him, but this could just be a spot where they blow them out by at the end of the third quarter, and he takes a fourth quarter rest. So I think it's a fine play. We'll see if if they're missing some other players, you could go to him. But I like Oubre. Price tag is a little bit more favorable on Fanduel, I would say. He's still in play at 6,700 on DraftKings just because he can go off. Jonathan Isaac, I like him. Especially, I would like him if Aaron Gordon is out, who's dealing with an Achilles injury. If he's out, then Isaac would probably shift over to power forward, and that just gives him a lot more opportunities to get rebounds, and just makes it a little bit easier for him to accumulate fantasy points. It is a really, really good matchup against the Hawks, who turn the ball over at a really high clip, and Isaac is the king of blocks and steals. So Isaac, solid play if Gordon's out. I'll probably play Ingles over Bogdanovich just because Ingles gives you that assist upside. And I think here, if Gordon isn't at 5,700, that's a nice price tag on Gordon. But I'll probably go back to Carmelo here, 5,300. Just look at the box score. I mean, he's been not great the last couple games, but really tough matchups here against the Lakers and against Utah. Now he's facing the Suns here. Should be able to get back on track shooting the basketball. He's still been playing a ton of minutes here. 33 to 37 in his last three. And they're back at home here. It's just a good spot for him. He's been shooting badly, like I said, like about under 40%, under 35%. But he's still involved here, getting some rebounds. And if he has a good game in like steals and blocks, he's had a couple of those good games there. That at 5,300, I feel like he's underpriced for his number 3 option on the roll. He's going to play a lot. And he's been a little bit less than a point per minute. But if you give him 33, 37 minutes, then should be able to make 6x value. He could even get 7x or 8x if he goes nuts from shooting the ball. So I like Carmelo Anthony at home against the Suns here. Power forward here, where Markkanen is questionable with an illness. Think he's probably going to play, though. Griffin is doubtful, so that's just going to open up a lot since the other players are still injured. So he played 29 minutes the last game, and he took 16 shots. So there's a ton of usage and a ton of opportunity to go around. And with Morris already out, I think Christian Wood is gonna get a bump here. He's gonna see last game. They haven't really played him and Drummond alongside each other, but they did last game, which Drummond played 37 minutes and Wood played 23. And they're gonna have to play Christian Wood probably more than that, or probably around the same amount of minutes at least, like 23, at least over 20 minutes here. And he's always been this year he's been a crazy point per minute guy at 3,800. If his price tag is also cheap here, the cheapest it's been. So I think just might as well just play him here. You get a huge upside for a very cheap price tag. And then at center here, if Towns is in, I think you can play him. I like Drummond too, 9,300 without Griffin in there. He's been great. He's going to get all the rebounding opportunities. Has had some big games this season. Good price point. You also have a couple of cheaper centers if you don't want to pay up for Drummond. You have Vucevic here, 7,900. You have Bam Adebayo, 7,600. A really good price on Bam Adebayo against the Wizards of all teams. You have Hassan Whiteside, only 7,100, the cheapest price tag he's been in like a month, well over a month. And he gets a great matchup against Aaron Baines. There's quite a bit of centers to like here. I think the 3 that really stick out to me are Whiteside, Adebayo, and probably Drummond, although Gobert's also pretty nicely priced here at 8K. So there's a lot to like at center. It's definitely going to be a spot where I probably get 2 centers in my lineup. But right now I like Whiteside and probably Drummond here, unless, we get some. Or let's see, if you get Adebayo, it leaves you with 6,200 left. If you get Drummond, it gives you like 53. So not a huge difference, but I don't know. I think Drummond can get you 60 plus in this, without Griffin and without Morris. Even in that blowout, he played 37 minutes. He's just going to play a ton of minutes. So I like Drummond. I like Whiteside. I like Adebayo, Vucevic, Gobert. There's like 5 centers that look pretty appealing. It's going to be a spot where I try to get. We're definitely run 2 centers on DraftKings. So if we go over to Fanduel, point guard here, same players I mentioned, except Derrick Rose is even more appealing just because he's only 5,900 on Fanduel against the Jazz here. Just going to play, and when he's on the court, he's going to have a ton of usage. He's had like 40 fantasy point games already this year, and like I said, he's averaging 1.5 fantasy points per minute without all those guys that are out for the Pistons today. One of the biggest bumps on the team. Him and Bruce Brown also gets a nice bump. Shooting guard, Devin Booker, 7,100. Just too cheap on FanDuel, especially 7,100. It is ridiculous. I like the other guys I mentioned as well. McCollum is also nicely priced, 6,900 for him. But really, I like Devin Booker a lot. 71 is too cheap, really, really cheap. Small forward, I think I'm liking this game stack, like I mentioned. I like Oubre, 6,100. He is. I played him against the Warriors, and he sucked. But then, of course, it comes back and puts up a 50 spot. Same thing with Rubio. If those 2 came through for me against the Warriors, could have been a huge day. But I think he can have another good game. He's going to play a lot of minutes Against the Warriors team, he had 2 fouls in the first minute, so that's why he only played 22 minutes, but he's going to get a lot of opportunity. It's a really good matchup, and really nice price tag on Oubre. Power forward, I think Adebayo is definitely more appropriately priced here on Fanduel. I'm liking John Collins at 8,300. He's at 8,700 on Draftkings. It's a little tougher there, but the matchup's not easy one here against the Magic, but unless he's in heavy foul trouble, he's going to play a lot. The game against Chicago also did blow out, so he didn't see his full minutes here, but I think at 8,300 he's going to be able to be productive. He's going to get a lot of the usage without Trae Young in there. And then also he could go to like Christian Wood at 4,100 here against the Jazz. He's going to get some opportunity with all those injuries. But Collins at 83, I like him. And then center, Drummond, 96. Gobert and Whiteside still appealing. And then Vucevic, I like him as well. So definitely probably going to be a spot where I pay up at center on DraftKings, pay up at least over 7K on FanDuel too. But that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And good luck today.